Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Rakahakwadash, and of course, once again, double honors go out to the apostles. Let me check my volume real quick. Apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations go out also to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways. All right, pushing the truth, aided by, of course, the numerous videos that go out for everyone's edification. All right, if you so choose. But this goes out all across the four corners of the earth in hopes of reaching the hopefully elect of our people. All right, because as you can see by all the news, that everything is indeed happening according to the prophecies. All right, so what you have here is the Jimmy Dore show, and hey, more and more people are like, fuck these Israelis. People are tired of shit. That image that they had built up over the decades, and even then you have to wonder, well, why were people so slow? All right, but again, this is coming from on high. All right, these things will be revealed to who it needed to be revealed to at a certain time, and we've come to that time. All right, let's go into it. It says Tucker calls out fake pastors, and he's making reference to all, I think it was 1,000 American pastors that went over to Israel. I mean, you got to be, it just shows you how blind they really are, and that their understanding of the scriptures leave a lot to be desired. Let's just put it at that. So here we go.
Super simple.
Well, hold on. Let me pull up something. Gotta get this before I go too far and forget it altogether. This is the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that may otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, personal use tips that balance in favor of fair use. All right, so we got that out of the way. Here we go.
I like the Beatitudes. Read them yesterday.
That's Matthew's 5th chapter. All right. Now let's go ahead and get that. The Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So forth and so on. That's what he's making reference to. All right.
I actually think, was it Michael reading some of them here? I think any honest person would say it's the essence of the Christian faith. And killing tens of thousands of children and then making excuses for it on behalf of a foreign government is not in there. It's antithetical to that. Sorry. It doesn't make me a hater, it makes me the opponent of hate.
Yeah, that's because he does that, in the an introduction to his show. The Beatitudes. Now you have to know that this is in red. Of course, this is the Lord. All right, and if you go up, all right, who are the multitudes that he was speaking to? All right, it was not everybody. All right, and this is what Christian church leaves out. All right, and they're twisting of things so it suits them. All right, it says, as seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. All right, and this is what this is directed to. It's not directed to the heathen. All right, the actual Gentiles. It's not. These were Israelites. All right, but again, Christianity would have you think, and they've gotten away with it for so long, all right, deceiving the people, as it was mentioned in Revelation 20th chapter, This is how they deceive the whole world. All right.
So here's Tucker at Turning Points USA, and I already did one video on this about him calling out people hating each other on basis of religion and bringing people together. Here he is. He's going to call out the fake Christian pastors who are here to divide our country in service of Israel. Let's listen.
Fake Israel.
We are called to be righteous, but not self-righteous. And we're also called, and I have to say this before opening it up to your hostile questions, we should also be very on guard against people who try to leverage the word of God, the words of Jesus, for political ends.
So then, why are you people so surprised now? What do you think with all the murders of our people here in America? Usually happen after Sunday service. All right. So again, all you're seeing now, this is a continuation of what's happened since 1492. This is colonizers, albeit they have yarmulkes on their heads. You're talking about the same people. It's as simple as that. You're talking about the same people. I keep saying this. No matter if they call themselves Israeli, they call themselves South African, those Dutch motherfuckers. Any of them, the ones currently in Spain now, and Portugal, German, Italian, they're all Edomites. All right?
That is a dangerous thing to do. I don't want to do that. And I attempt every time. This is all sort of new to me. I'm so obviously not a great Christian that it's not like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I want to be like him. But there are people, particularly Christian ministers, I have noticed, who are preaching a political message and pretending that it's the gospel. So let me just say, and I think my theology is right, I'm hardly a theologian, God is not on any country's side.
Whoa.
Certain countries can decide to be on God's side.
Wow.
And that is true for people too. Okay?
That is a big message that those people need to hear, because everyone thinks that America, the United States, is God's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't think that, they think Israel's.
Americans certainly believe that. This is the most pompous, what's that word they used? God dang it. It might come to me. This is the most pompous, arrogant, conceited, I'm talking about the American, to the point where fellow Edomites, Europeans as I call them, can't stand them. And they certainly, exceptionalism, that's the word I was trying to think of. American exceptionalism. And you best, all right, they're big into that. You best believe. What was the scripture that we used to describe it? Let's get it real quick. Daniel, hold on. Is it 8 and 20? Hold on. 8 and 20. It's been a while. Let's try 20. Nope. No. No. Maybe it's 7. Hold on. I know I'm close. Oh, no. All right. Yeah, here it is. It was 7 and 20. I said 8 and 20. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, all right, and of the other which came, hold on, let me switch this out. Let's see. All right, let's go down to 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. All right, because these devils are all about, they're very great actors. And one of the, well, I should say, they're hypocrites, the supreme hypocrites. And one of the, when you look into that word, one of the definitions there, it goes towards actor. All right. And is it in doubt who they're talking about?
Somehow is that God has favorite countries, and it's just no. God's not on any country's side. Countries can be on God's side. Wow, well said.
Big government and big media have one goal: complete control over all information, to censor the truth.
Said.
And he's definitely not on any Edomite side. All right, that's scriptural. All right, they are the wicked. All right, and there's even scriptures in there like Hebrews 12 verses 16 and 17, where it tells you that these people have no chance at repentance. So that blows that Christian everyone can be saved doctrine right out the water. All right, they just choose to, they accuse us of cherry picking. Well, you've been doing that for hundreds of years. All right, back to the video.
Here we go.
God doesn't have a partisan affiliation. He doesn't have a nationality.
Oh,
and
yes,
if someone is telling you otherwise, that is just not true.
What?
It is not true. And I would also call your attention.
May I direct your attention? I was too quick to do that. Let's go back here. All right, may I direct your attention? Or is it 5? I think it's 5. Hold on. Well, I thought I was in 5. Damn. Let's see. Let's start at 23. 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 23. It said, O Most High, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one only vine. And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all builded cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. That's one right there. And of all the fowls that are created, because who is Zion? All right. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. And among all the multitudes of the people, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people, whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. And now, O Most High, whose name is Yahweh, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others. And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? Because we're being punished. We're under the curses for disobedience. All right? So, for those of you to say, well, that's in the Apocrypha. That's not recognized as, well, this is okay. Gotcha. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15. Behold, the nations are as of a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. You say, well, okay. Well, let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou, who is he talking to? Let's go up here. A chosen people. Duh. All right. In fact, let's start at the top. Verse 1. When the Most High Yahweh thy God, not everybody else's, shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. When the Most High thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. Now that doesn't sound like a very nice thing. Smite. Well, I keep going there, I don't know why. Let's go to this one. Now let's go to that smite. Let's see what's the meaning of that. Let's see. I don't know how. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Smite. Strong's H5221. All right. Nakah. All right. To strike, to beat, to cast forth. All right. To kill, slaughter. All right. Slay. All right. Just so we get an understanding here. All right. Because you got, people, they can't handle reality. All right. What, like someone once said, everyone's Catholic, Protestant, or whatever have you, so-called Christian, until they actually or read what the Bible says. All right. Now let's see. So smite. Okay, and when the Most High thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. It answers itself. Utterly destroy. What is that? Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, and this is, we'll get into trouble, all right, that they may serve other gods, idolatry, all right. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images. That doesn't sound like commingling or trying to get along with everybody. No, it's telling you, let's go to 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, thy God, thy power, and the Most High hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That sounds like, yeah, there is, and we're talking about a particular line here, a lineage. Not everybody who believes. See how they've twisted things, and oh boy.
Attention to the very obvious prohibitions in the New Testament against killing the innocent.
So this is where he takes on Israel and the Christian Zionist fake pastors who support Israel while they're killing the innocent.
Again, this is the Most High's Yahweh Shai. All right. This is their work here. All right, because he's stirring up people's minds here, and like, are you all seeing this? You all co-opt this? You're going along with just murder, and the thing is pissing everybody else the most is, and they're starting to see that, well, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with Hamas. They keep using this, well, Hamas is intermingled amongst them. So, all the technology, superior technology you're supposed to have. So everybody is beginning to see it for what it really is. All right, wow. Like I said, this has been a long time coming. All right, and this shit show that we've been witnessing for the last at least 2 years now, what they support a supposed slaughter of Israelis and beheadings of babies, and people bought that shit. You know, and of course your mainstream media is not gonna, you know, people didn't wake up because of that. No, they went to alternative methods as far as getting the information. And now, since that genie's been let out of the bottle, you're seeing this desperate attempt, especially when it comes to America, to what they're trying to do is get you to associate anti-Semitism with just criticizing what they're doing. All right, and the thing is, my criticizing your actions has nothing to do with who you are or who you profess to be. Let's just, all right. But see, they're playing this game again. All right, and unfortunately, I think it's going to work. I have to say that, and this is going to lead further to civil war here, because you have a what is it, an anti-AIPAC lobby, supposedly. You know, and all these politicians, well, they did it to themselves. I mean, of course, someone like myself don't give a shit. You know, fuck this place. You know, back to the video.
So let's get back to
against killing the innocent. We are not, as Christians, allowed to kill the innocent. Period. We are not. And you see elaborate
bullshit. Since 1492, actually a little bit before, but let's just go with 1492. What have they been doing? Just a question.
Arguments on behalf of doing so or ignoring it. Oh, that always happens in war. Well, you're right. One of the reasons I'm not that into wars. But when it does happen, unavoidably, we have to say that's wrong. We have to say that. We have to acknowledge that was wrong. And I'm sorry for the extent to which I participated in it. Forgive me. Because killing people who committed no crime is immoral. It will always be immoral. And people who do it will be punished for it. And nations that endorse it will be punished for it. That's a fact.
So he's saying Israel's going to be punished for doing it, and nations who endorse it, like the United States and all of Western Europe, who are going along with it and endorsing Israel's slaughter of innocents, are going to be punished. That's what he's saying.
Nothing you can do about that, champ.
And you are seeing now a very intense effort to convince you otherwise. Oh, it's fine. They deserved it. Really, did their children deserve it? If a man commits a crime, do we kill his kids? I don't care if it's in Minneapolis or Gaza City. No, we don't. And if we do accidentally, we say, I am so sorry that we murdered someone who did nothing wrong, because it is murder.
And what else?
And to see Christian pastors make excuses for that is one of the most, and that's not a partisan question. That is not a political question. That is the only question that matters. Do we have the right to murder people? And the resounding answer that Christianity provides us is no. I don't get into the whole debate, you know.
Those people didn't look at.
No,
there are
they
some people applauding, but look at the
I-
people who aren't. They don't look. Look at the stone face. Hey, can we talk about how great white people are again?
Because they're actually savages. These are the real savages. All right? These are your savages. They haven't changed since spirit going all the way back to Cain.
You know, I didn't even know the terms, dispensationalist, you know, or whatever, replacement. I'm an Episcopalian, okay? I don't enter these debates, or was. My theology is super simple. I like the Beatitudes. Read them yesterday. I actually think, was it Michael reading them, some of them here? I think any person, any honest person would say it's the essence of the Christian faith. And killing tens of thousands of children and then making excuses for it on behalf of a foreign government is not in there. It's antithetical to that. Sorry. It doesn't make me a hater. It makes me the opponent of hate.
Because the Edomite interpretation of a book he should never have touched. All right, this is a reflection of his spirit. This is, all right, this has nothing to do, all right, this is why you have all these denominations, because they can't agree on the simplest of things when it comes, I mean, just, again, this, you know, this is the world we live in. He's twisted everything.
Nice.
So now that I've alienated most in the crowd with my staunch position,
My strong position against murdering the innocent. So he knows that crowd, there are people there applauding, but he knows the majority of those people don't want to hear that message. Because first of all, just imagine the type of person who shows up at this event after Charlie Kirk's dead, and now it's being run by those charlatans at TPUSA and Erica Kirk and her sequined gold lame outfits and their pyrotechnics. Imagine the kind of person who pays to go to this thing. But he knows, Tucker knows, this is the message, and it's based in Christianity. He's got him. He's got him. And he's calling out Israel, and he's calling out the fake Christian pastors.
Mind you, from what I said earlier, these are the great-grandchildren, grandchildren, children of those that did what was done to us. Fresh out of church, in their Sunday best, stringing up a Jake for no reason other than for fun, or for the slightest of infractions. I know one account, Jake just asked someone for some water one time. They lynched him. That's in 100 Years of Lynching by Ralph Ginsburg. All right.
Guys like Rob McCoy and all the people at the Calvary churches around the country. Here is, I'll say Tucker went into the lion's den and slapped his massive balls down, because everything he said takes huge balls. It was great to hear him call everything out. He's definitely on their list, and he knows it, but he said it anyway. Awesome. Yeah. Man, they want to kill Tucker Carlson. The silence in the room is deafening. And you could see Tucker Carlson getting annoyed with it. I felt like it kept building. But here is Tucker Carlson on with Theo Vaughn saying the same thing.
Do you think that enough, like, pastors and preachers didn't speak up during the Gaza conflict?
it's the most heartbreaking part. I mean, from my perspective, as an American Christian, Protestant American Christian, it's like, yeah, of course, I think what Israel's doing is disgusting. I mean, it's indefensible. But my real, like, rage, like, what I'm actually upset about, if you were at dinner at my house, I never rage about the Israelis or the Jews at my house. I just don't feel it. My rage, my actual personal rage, is directed toward my people. It's Protestant, Christian, evangelical pastors who have made deals with the Israeli.
Well, that goes to show you. Now, he met the apostles some years ago, down when they were on 34th and 7th, in New York. I mean, the video is still up, I do believe. So, looks like it just went in one ear and went out the other. But, you know, they're famous for cognitive dissonance, all right? But in any case, that shows you right there that, let's run that back real quick.
Government or have is directed toward my people. It's
You're all the same people, and that's what a lot of people refuse to believe, including themselves. They are one nation, like I said earlier. What do they call themselves? Israeli, German, French, Danish, Swedish, whatever. They're South African. You know those, what is it? Or those that are currently, you know, the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal. They're Italian, Turkish, because those are not Arabs. Those are Edomites. That was that other half. They converted to Islam. The other ones converted to Judaism. All right? Same people.
Christian evangelical pastors
Australian.
who have made deals with the Israeli government or have theology so deranged that they think their Christian faith requires them to support the murder of children, including Christian children. And I know some of them, and they believe that. Israel, in the end, is acting in its own interest, or what it thinks is its own interest. Those people, what's their excuse? They're truly the villains in the story. That's my opinion. American evangelical leaders defending Netanyahu? And you know how many Christians have been killed in this? That Israel has murdered? What do Christians have to do with it? Are you telling me they're Islamists
Is
too
that
now?
true?
They've blown up 2 churches in Gaza and killed people in the churches? What do the churches have to do with this? You're telling me that this is some existential battle?
Again, because those are brown Christians. Going back to when I started this video, this is white supremacy with a yarmulke on. And their fellow Edomites, all right, that call themselves Christians. This is what it's actually about.
Between Islam and civilization. That's not true, by the way, but let's say it was true, then why are you blowing up churches? Oh, it was an accident. Oh, really? You have the technology to put bombs in people's pagers, but you accidentally blew up 2 churches? It was not an accident. They did it on
See, that's
purpose.
what I
They
said
killed
earlier.
a lot of Christians on purpose.
Why aren't there more?
About their superior technology, and the U.S., of course, is aiding them.
Like,
Where are the Christian leaders in this? Yeah. So now you've pissed me off. Like this,
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know.
whenever we're talking about anti-Semitism and the Nazis or Israel or whatever, it's like, it's so fake to me that I don't get upset. This is real to me.
Bravo, Tucker. And, you know, the fact that everyone is just now waking up to Zionism doesn't make evangelicals magically honest or legitimate out of nowhere. People have to wrap their head around the possibility that there are two bad groups. Like there aren't enough gangster movies to prove this point already. The Corleones weren't good just because the other gangsters were bad. Luca Rose says, let's just reflect on the fact that this even had to be said.
Yeah.
And that there are going to be purported Christians who will take offense to this. These Christians have gone full Orwellian. Good on Tucker for recentering Christ in this discussion. Whoa. Well said.
But then again, whose life situation for centuries has been a warning, all right, and pointed directly to that. Hello? But nobody wants to believe us. In a situation over here with these immigrants, and Jake collectively has just stepped back, say, you know what? And now they're getting their asses handed to them, all right? But all the while, we tried to make alliances. No. Why? Because they believed the bullshit that the so-called white man told them. And you got to understand, a lot of these immigrants, especially from either the Caribbean or Africa, places like that, these people are screened. They're screened. So you're primarily getting, not all, but a lot, that have certain attitudes against us anyway. All right, but the point of me even bringing this up is these people are idiots, really, because you've had prime examples of how the so-called white man is, how he operates, and you still fall for this shit. He's a liar, he's a deceiver, he's a murderer. These things are of his nature. All right, and wow, and it's all biblical. You got to understand, these people have. It goes to, are they really going to tell you about themselves? No, these things you got to put forth the effort to find out. Unfortunately, you're finding out, but it's way too late. All right, but things have run their course, as I said at the very beginning, because prophecy has to be fulfilled. And we're on Yahweh Shah's timeline. All right. So with that, let's see how much you got left, and then I'm gonna call it.
What Tucker's doing to get conservatives to wake up to what the neocons are doing and Israel is doing is nothing short of heroic. The way he's sticking his chin out, and the way that Israel likes to assassinate people and do false flags, the way he's doing that is just the most admirable thing that I've seen in public life in a long time. And so, again, big tip of the hat, Tucker. He's bringing a message that Christians and all Americans need to hear. And if you'd like to hear my jokes about these fake Christians, come see me January 11th. It's Sunday in Waikiki. Or how about February 20th in Lansing, Michigan, February 21st in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Come see me on tour, January.
Fake Christians indeed. I liked how you put it. All right, so with that, hope whoever views this is edified. Of course, is what we do here at Great Millstone. All right, filter everything through the scriptures as it should be. I'd like to remind everyone to pay attention to your surroundings. All right, be circumspect out there, and to pray always. All right, so with that, to the next video, hey, shalom.